What is going on, guys? Zector here with Vaping Lizards and Landmark Wholesales, and today we have another review for you guys. And today I have here this Aromamizer RDTA by Crave. So I understand that this RDTA is a little bit in the older side, not super old, but it's been out for a minute. But it's been picking up in our shops all of a sudden, so I never did a review on it, so I figured I'll do one since it's picking up, you know. There must be something good about it, so I want to see what it is. As always, we can go down close, check the device out, check the specs, see how it works, how it's built up and whatnot, all that good information. When I come back, I'll top, vape it, talk about it, pros and cons, and wrap the review up. Without further ado, let's go down close and check the device out. So this is the box this baby comes in. Right there at the top, it says Aromamizer RDTA, Crave on the right side right there. Different airflow and liquid flow way, real RDA tank system. Here shows you which one they have. There's a mini version, which is the S, and then the regular one is a CS200. That's the one we have. It's not properly marked, but we have the CS. So when you buy this device, you're gonna get in there a tank, an extra Pyrus replacement glass, some airflow control bands, and right under that you get an extra bag of goodies. This is the extra glass tank. These are the adjustable airflow bands. You get a black, a clear, a red, a blue, and a yellow. They all have 4 holes, and the tank itself has 4 holes, so you can kind of play with the airflow that the tank already has. It's the bag with the extra goodies. As you can see, you get like 2 O-rings, big ones, a medium-sized one that's thin, then a smaller one, and then a really small one on the back right there. You get 2 coils, some extra screws, and an Allen key. Here you have the actual tank itself, guys. This tank is primarily made out of 303 stainless steel. This tank holds 6 mils of liquid right here. It's 23 millimeters in diameter, 65 in height. Obviously, you got the sleeves for the airflow. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 airflow holes, and you have to use those bands that I showed earlier to be able to control that airflow unless you want it fully open. You got a silver-plated copper pen, and it's adjustable as well because you can take that base out and put another one. Because I believe it brings there's 2 different styles of base that you can put for building. Obviously, you got your Pyrex tank right here, as you seen in the packaging. It brings an extra Pyrex, so you have 1 here and 1 extra. And obviously, we have our pretty much the most preferred building deck, which is the Velocity style decks. We have one right there. There's a peak insulator right under the positive over here. Negative is milled to the deck. Those 4 holes right there is where your juice comes down to these grooves, and it feeds under to these holes and up your cotton to your coil so you can vape it. Single O-ring right there. Moving over here, that's where you put your juice, your juice hole, and that's where it comes down. And then the airflow goes straight to the coils and comes out through there. So the juice comes down through here, the deck is going to be in here. You got direct airflow hit at those coils right there, which is really cool. I mean, at least when this RDTA came out, there was not many like it. So it was a good new technology introduced to us vapors. That's your shaft section right there. Over here, obviously, you have, it says Aromamizer right there. Crave on the top right there with the logo. Removable 510 tip. I put my other 510s in there, and it's cool. Anti-spit back right there, so that's 4. Very helpful, very thoughtful of them putting there, because it actually helps and it does its job. But enough of that. Let's put a build in here and go back up top and vape this. Alright guys, right here I got my build at 0.16, and I have it as 46 watts. Let's vape it. When I seen that this was selling decent in our wholesale and our retail, I was like, hey, you know, let's check it out. But when I seen the device itself, I was like, you know, it's just how something looks. Sometimes it gives you a perspective of what it should do or what it's gonna do. And you know, I actually thought it was gonna be a really, for lack of better words, crappy device, but wow, it actually blew me away. Especially with that vertical build that I put in there. It's crazy. It's really good amount of flavor, really nice amount of vapor, and I have it fully open. I thought it was gonna be a lot of airflow, and it just runs well. I mean, I'm really impressed how it runs. Let's bump it up a little more. Let's see how far we can push. I want 46. Let's go to 55. Let's go to 60 actually. Let's go to 60. See how it performs at 60. I didn't get a dry hit, but once you take it, depending on the build you got, I got an 8-wrap 24 gauge with electro wires, which is a competition wire. So it ramps up a little faster than Nichrome and way faster than Kanthal. At 60 watts, it tends to feel, I mean, I didn't get a dry hit, but it felt like if I kept on going, I would have gotten a dry hit. It doesn't wick quick enough. But if you have some Nichrome, I feel like you will be able to vape it with like the same build I have, 8 wraps, Nichrome, 24 gauge. I feel like you'll be able to be fine with 55 watts and that, you know, maximum of 55 watts, and you'll be okay with it. So now that we're done with that portion, now let's move into the pros and cons. For cons, I don't like the O-ring. I don't like the whole O-ring adjustable thing. I wish it had adjustable O-ring because I like a more tighter, not super tight, but a little bit tighter so I can get a warmer vape. So I don't like the fact that you have those O-rings. I mean, they work okay, but not the greatest. Another con is I don't like how when you take this drip tip off, you got that shaft there. So if you put another 510, that might be a little bulkier. It's gonna look kind of awkward. I wish it was like all the way down to the deck. So when you put a 510, it'll be like flush with it. That'll be a lot nicer. And this is kind of more of a subjective con. And obviously the building deck. I know out there's other rebuildable tanks that have a little bit bigger building deck. If you're gonna put like a parallel build, like not parallel, horizontal, it's gonna be a little pain because you can't really fit too much. You're gonna have to go with vertical, which works fine, but not everybody likes verticals, and to wick is a little bit of a pain. So that's kind of another subjective con there. But besides that, I really don't have an issue with it. I mean, I had it for 4 days. I've been using it every single day, and no leaks, no nothing. I've been really impressed with it. But now let's go into the pros. Pros, it holds 6 mils of liquid. That's just outstanding. The best thing that they could have done. Velocity style deck is fantastic, especially with a rebuildable like this, the rebuildable tank. Having a velocity style deck is kind of like key. It makes life so much easier and better to build on, easier to build on. So it's just perfect. You got a good amount of airflow, which I'm not, I don't like, but I'm not opposed to it. And I know there's most people out there like the more airy. I don't, but the amount of airflow that it has there is really nice. It's built nice. It feels good. And again, like I said, it holds 6 mils of liquid, I believe. That's a good amount of liquid right there. Even if you're running an RTA with high wattage, it's still a good amount of liquid. So that's a big pro right there. And again, like I said, it's built nicely. I didn't have any weird taste. I didn't even rinse it or wash it. I just slapped it in there, put a build in, and vaped it when I first got it. And I didn't have any machine oil taste or anything crazy like that. So definitely a good plus on that. And also, I mean, even though I don't like the rings, for those of you that might like it, you got a nice amount of different colors. So that's a good pro right there. It's kind of like a pro, me stepping out of my box, because I don't like them. But again, it brings a nice amount of extra goodies with the extra tank and all that stuff. So that's good on them as well. Alright guys, that's it for all the specs and the pros and cons and stuff. You know, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. You know, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I did. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you need any more info on it, or whatever the case may be. Just put it in the comments below. I want to thank Vaping Lizards and Landmark Wholesales for having me here and doing this review. And until next time, vape safe.